So in this video, I'm going to show you how to install Mint Linux 20. So we open up VirtualBox and we are going to create a new virtual machine for Mint Linux. So to create a new virtual machine, you can click on New, or you can go to File and click on, let's see, Machine and click on New. So either one is fine. So let's click on New. Let's name this Mint Linux 20-2. We already have a Mint Linux 20. That was from the two virtual machines I created for the class. For the assignment, we're going to name Mint Linux -2. So Mint Linux is really just based on Ubuntu. So notice that VirtualBox automatically select Ubuntu, so you don't actually have to select it. So click next, and here's the amount of memory we're going to allocate it to Mint Linux. We can allocate about 4 or 5. Okay, actually the minimum is probably 4, so but 5 is good. So alright, and then here we create a hard disk. So we're going to choose create a virtual hard disk now, and we're going to specify the disk file type. So we're going to select VDI, VirtualBox disk image, and we're going to select dynamically allocated. We want to be able to not use a lot of space, so we want to grow the disk image as on demand. Click next. The disk size, let's just gonna say 15 gig. 20 is fine. Click next. All right, so we just create our virtual machine right here. Right now it doesn't have any operating systems. We can try to run it. Let's see what happens if you run that virtual machine. So it, let's just pick the let me see. Right now it doesn't have a disk to boot from, so press cancel. So because it doesn't have a disk that has the operating systems, it's going to give you this error: no bootable medium found. Okay. So that's normal. If you have a brand new computer and you don't have an operating systems installed on that computer, and you turn it on, this is what you will get, right? Because it's looking for operating systems on the disk to start, but it could not find one because we didn't actually specify where to find it. So let's actually shut down. Okay, let's see. Let's just close it, and we'll just power off the machine. So this is equivalent to, pushing the power off button. So let's just shut it down. We can maybe improve the performance by, say, how many processors we have. Okay, so we want to say this machine has total of 6 cores, so we're going to select 6. I think that's it. That's all we need. Okay, so click OK. Now we're actually going to select the DVD, the DVD image that actually has the Mint Linux on it. So we can go select storage, and on our CD drive, we want to mount the CD that has the Linux. So select on the floppy, the DVD here, and click on this button here and choose a disk file. And all the disk files for this class, we store them in Windows on this C drive. So click on Windows C, and under ISO image, double click on that. So this is the basically this is the image of a DVD that contains the Linux operating systems, and this is a live CD. That means that you will actually boot from this image, and you can run the complete Linux on that image. And you also have the installer. That's where you're gonna run the installer to install Linux. Okay, so we're gonna specify that you're gonna select this ISO this image. Now it's there. Maybe we can say it's a live DVD, because live DVD are just, it means that the DVD has a complete operating systems, and you can actually boot from the DVD, and you will actually have a working operating systems, and without installing the operating systems. Click OK. So now we have select the DVD to boot from, the disk image to boot from. We are ready to start. So you can see it's booting from the disk image that we just attached to the device. Let me make it larger. So right now it's booting. Let me scale it up. Okay, so it's a little larger. So now it capture my mouse. So I'm gonna say no more messages. Okay. So what you see here is actually Mint Linux running from the DVD. Okay, so this is not the complete. You haven't installed Linux on the virtual machine. Right now, it has the complete operating system running from the DVD. Okay. Okay, so it's completely run off the DVD. So if we remove the DVD and we reboot the machine, well, it will not have Linux on it. So what we want to do is we actually want to install Linux. I'm sorry. So here's where you actually install. Okay, you double click on here. Yeah, so notice the name of the folder is Mint, right? So that means it is from the, this is actually running from the DVD. So we need to install Linux onto our virtual machine. English is the language. Again, keyboard is English. We don't need to install multimedia codecs, but if you actually install this on your own home computer, you want to be able to watch DVD, other things like that, you want to include those codecs. But we're not doing that, so we're not going to include codecs. So in Linux, super user is the administrator. So it's equivalent to the administrator on Windows. Let me see. Okay, so now it's gonna ask you what you're gonna do with the disk. So we remember we create a disk for a virtual machine. So what we want to do is we actually want to erase the entire disk, format it, and install Linux on it. So you don't have to do advanced. If you really want to customize the disk, you can click on advanced. Right now we just want to erase the whole thing, install on it. So install now and continue. And Chicago is fine because this is Central Time. And who you are. So now I'm going to say that's me. Okay, I can see CTOW and then a password. Okay. All right. So click on continue. Okay, so that's it. It's very simple. It's easier than installing on Windows 10. So right now, because we already have our username and password, you're just going to copy the files onto the into the virtual machine, and then that's it. And then you can restart the machine, and you can mount the DVD image, and it will boot from the machine, from the virtual machine directly. All right, so now it has complete installing. So we can click on continue testing. I mean, you could restart, but then we still want to mount the DVD first. So let's click on continue testing. Basically, the idea is that you can play with Mint Linux before you install, if you like it or not. So you don't have to install. They give you the option to play around with it before you make the decision. So what we can do is we're just gonna turn off the virtual machine. So shut it down. Okay, and press enter. Now we want to remove the DVD image from the virtual machine. So again, click on setting, go to storage, select the DVD image, and let me see, click the X here, down here, so that means delete. You see if you can do right click. Yeah, you can right click, so remove it. Okay, now it's gone. Okay, now press OK. Now if you start, it's going to start on the Linux that's installed on the virtual machine. So click start. And switch, because I was doing the scale mode. If everything looks really small for you, you want to run in the scale mode. That way it makes the screen, the virtual machines, the output larger. Okay, so to turn the scale on or off, you click on the right control. So hold the right control key and press C, like that. So right now it's the normal, it's not scale. If you press the right control key and C, you can see it's asking if you're trying to make a switch to scale mode. You say switch, you can see it's much larger. All right, so if it's really small for you, you might want to scale the virtual machine. So now you can see that it has username and password. Before it was running from the DVD image, so it didn't have any of this. Okay, so you can see this is running from the virtual machine. So don't show that message again, and don't show that message again. All right, so you can see it has my home directory. Okay, before it was Mint directory, Mint home, and before it was there's an installer here, right? That was because I was running from the DVD. Now it's actually running from the virtual machine's hard disk. Okay, so that's how you install Mint Linux on Ubuntu. So let's shut it down. Okay, that's it for this demo.